Anglers Extra.
And we're back on the Anglers Extra pregame show. As always, time for the Manager's Show, sponsored by the Chatham Bakery, alongside John Schiffner. John, an off day for you yesterday, but the players got to work out at Fenway. Always a cool experience. Did you tell them anything beforehand?
Yeah, just enjoy themselves. I mean, that's what it's all about. And I feel badly that the weather, it's not. They're not on the field long enough as it is, and then the weather certainly shortened that, which is unfortunate. But I'm glad they got a chance to get up there.
Absolutely. Did you have a good off day, Schiff?
Yeah, just basically did pretty much nothing. A few honeydews and kind of laid around the house, and it was great. Thanks.
Yeah, I have to say those are the best kind of off days, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're not bad at all.
Those are pretty good off days. Well, moving to today, you guys are playing Bourne, and some new faces in the lineup. You have Landon Lassiter leading off and Michael Russell at shortstop. We talked about them a little bit the other day, but what do you expect from them now that they're on the field for your team?
Well, they're baseball players, and they're good baseball players. So I'm looking forward to hoping that they'll play a good game. That's what they're here to do, is they're here to play, get better, and we're glad they're here. And I had a little meeting with the guys before the game about, we have 14 position players. Part of the reason was we did that is to, give everybody opportunities, but it's also the rest guys. Some of the guys will need rest. They come off a long college season. They're pretty banged up. So, is it absolutely imperative every one of these guys plays 44 games? I don't think so. So if we can get them, 50, 75, 100 at-bats, I think that'll really work out well for them. And, we're going to rotate guys. We're not going to platoon. I'm not going to if a left-hander comes in the second inning, I'm not going to pull a left-handed bat. But in the late in the game, we'll start to go, matchups. And that's what makes this so much fun. And that's what's gotten us to this point. We've done that. We've been able to do that. And we've been pretty successful with the moves we've made.
Landon Lassiter had a really good season for North Carolina at .358, was a freshman All-American, but at the same time, freshmen tend to struggle a bit on the Cape. So what are you hoping to see from him?
Well, I hope he's not intimidated. I'm sure he's going to be a little bit, but, he's faced the best of the best. I mean, at North Carolina, you play that ACC grind and you go into the World Series, you play your regional, your super regional. They're tested. He's not a freshman anymore. You've heard that before. Guys aren't rookies in the NFL or wherever they are, and it's the same with him. He's going to see more consistent pitching than he's seen before, but I don't think that's going to be a real detriment for him.
Is it a challenge for you when you have a guy who's just played not much of a break and then coming straight here, working them back in, but not wanting to tire them out at the same time?
No question. And the thing is, it's more of not necessarily tiring them out. You want to hurt them. They shut it down for a few days, and all of a sudden now they got to crank it back up again. And I think that's the reason why the league has gone to expanded rosters. I think the league has the foresight to look at that. You want to get the best players in the country, but you also want to get as many as you can so you can, give them a chance to play ball, but also give them a chance to just, take a deep breath. And, I was talking to the guys in the before the game, like I said, and some of the things we talked about, things have changed. There's a lot of changes in college baseball where guys played more games back in the day, but the attitude was different. That was acceptable. Now you're limiting the guys to how many games they play. So why do we have to change that? We can certainly give them the opportunity to show them what it's like to be in pro ball by the schedule we have, but let's not kill them. They still have to go back to school. They still have to play fall and fall baseball. Some of these guys have played close to 70 games in the spring, and it's a different 70 than it was back in the day. It just, seasons ended a lot earlier. The Cape didn't start. The Cape started earlier, but there was a lot more time off in between the World Series. Or the World Series guys got here a little late. Everybody else got here because it was a whole different format, different situation, and things are different. There is limitations to practices, but there's still expectations, and it is a different attitude than it was when I played 35, 40 years ago. And we have to adjust as coaches to that, and I think we've pretty much tried to do that with these kids, and that's why I encourage time off. That's why I want the league, to give them more days off. They need more days off. And that's why I've got the roster set up the way I do. These guys are going to get days off. Some guys might play 7 innings one day, 3 the next, and they might play 9, and somebody's going to play 5 and 4. And there's all kinds of options that you have to try to keep them as fresh as possible. 1, so they don't get hurt, and 2, so we make a run to the playoffs.
And you also have more pitchers that you can spread around now. Kyle Funkhouser has been activated. Dominic Moreno just joined the team, and they could very well see action today. What do you expect to see from those two guys?
Well, they're both strike throwers. Funkhouser's got a big arm. He's a 93 to 95 guy when he's on. Dominic's not that. Dominic is kind of a clone of Aaron Garza. You know, he's a slider, fastball guy, ground ball pitcher, and you know that's what we're looking for from him. You know, he's a little bit older. Moreno's a little bit older, a little more mature. Funky's he's a freshman. He's going to be a little wide-eyed for a while, but you know, you can be all the wide-eyed you want. You throw 94, 95, he's going to be okay.
It'll be okay. Well, we're looking forward to seeing those new faces. Thanks a lot for the time, Schiff.
My pleasure, Brandon. Thank you.
That was the Managers Show. The Anglers Extra pregame show continues. We send it back up to Keith Zubrow.